Hey everyone, FPS Chasley here, and welcome to Dangerous Waters with Reinforce Alert 140. Today we are starting a mini campaign, and this is a three-part series by Bill Nichols. This first mission here is called Belling the Cat. These three scenarios are from a book. They're based on a book called Typhoon, written by Robin White. So this should be fun. Nice little three-mission campaign here. I am eventually going to do the Sub-Command Los Angeles campaign in Reinforce Alert, but I'm going to wait for 1.41 to come out. Not going to do it just yet. So we're off here, off the, off Murmansk, Severomorsk, all this good stuff. Motovsky Zaliv, Zapadnaya Litsa, Vidyayevo. So, there's a Russian exercise that is slated to begin. We are to do an all-sensor surveillance of this exercise, and if any boomers depart the area, we are to track them. So this line here designates international waters. This disputed area right here is considered international waters by the U.S., but we have ourselves a little warning that says, shipping infringing upon disputed waters may be fired on without warning. Shipping, eh? Well, I guess it doesn't really apply to me, does it? Okay, let's go ahead and get our toad out here. Oh, it is out. Let's go ahead and retrieve some of our toad then. And let's call him as we see him. What do we got? Someone just went in my baffles. We are very close aboard to a whale. Really close aboard to a whale. Wow, we're really close aboard to some whales here. I'm not sure what's going on. Whale moo? A stupid Pokemon? I was using this the other day, and the high frequency didn't seem to be working properly. What is our course right now? We're doing 134. If there are whales in front of us, I should be able to see them with this bad boy, but I'm not seeing anything. That's interesting. Maybe the scope. They seem to be pretty close. There's some high bearing rate going on there. Anything? No, they're not that close. Okay. That's fine. Okay. We're reeling in the toad. Yeah, when you raise that up, you get some flow noise, at least some acuity there. These are really close aboard whales. They are very close aboard here. But that's fine. They seem to be kind of dodging us here. Can I see them out here? I don't have dead platforms on, so I don't think you can do that. So this is my, I'm starting now. No more dead platforms will be showing up in my missions. It should be fun to do that. No more dead platforms showing up. So I think once you disable that, you can no longer see like other platforms in like the 3D view like you used to be able to. They got really close aboard. So let's, how's our toad doing? Doing well. Didn't end up dragging. At the beginning of this mission, we were doing for 12 knots. I was like, whoa, blah, blah, blah. Slow down. Excuse me. So we're doing for 5 knots right now. How's this toad coming? I want to keep a good eye on this bad boy. That's probably good right there. We'll leave it at that. So we are weapons tight, of course. No reason to believe that we need to be shooting anything right now. And we are heading in this way to this area. We will be going inside the disputed area, potentially. I think I'm going to stay out here, but if I see a boomer, I'm probably going to go in there. So I skimmed over the brief. I gave you guys the cliff notes. Maybe I'll try and remember to put it in the description if you want to read the whole thing. And I'll put the link as to where you can find these missions as well. I think this one is included with RA, because it said this was an RA version, so I'm playing it. But the other two are not RA versions. I downloaded them from the website. Going to take a look at those and make sure they'll work with RA. Okay. But yeah, I gave you guys the important stuff here about this brief. So let's go ahead and check out our toad narrows, shall we? See what we got going on. We're kind of, so the all this kind of stuff is, 150 to like 210-ish area. So we're going to go ahead and want the south center here. Was I seeing something just then? I thought I was. Might as well zoom in. See what we got. Oh, was that something? It's usually the build. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's something really faint. What is that? That almost looks like a reciprocal or something. There's something ever so faint right there that's just kind of streaming by. It wasn't continuous, though. Okay, so it seems like we're starting out on a pretty quiet mission. It's probably going to be building up. So if no one is around, I may go up to 2/3 here, but, you know, got to be careful. Maybe not 2/3, maybe 7 or 8 knots, but, oh, what was that? Was I just seeing something? Well, it would help if you zoomed in if you're trying to see something, dude. Might as well be at 100. What do we got? Anything? Gonna bring this in close and just get up close. Make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing. My eyes are straining, dude. They're straining. Been staring at a computer screen all day. Like I always do, and I'm kind of sleepy. Kind of sleepy. Nothing, Nathan, nada. Figures, man. Okay. So yeah, seems to be pretty quiet out here. So we're gonna go ahead and up it a little bit. We'll do 7 knots here.
Make turns for 7 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Is that what that always sounds like? I don't know. It's been a while since I've played as an LA, I feel like, in a single player mission. Just making sure my sound levels are all right here. Okay. There we go. So these whales have settled down on 270. They kind of passed right in front of me here. That was interesting. They were kind of going like... It looked like they were going kind of like this. Wait, let's try and figure that out. They were doing down south to north here, kind of like this. Kind of coming right for me. Then they like cut across, and now they're doing like 270. I don't know. Trying to figure it out. It's getting confusing. Which one's the real one? Who knows? Am I just now seeing them on here? I wasn't seeing them on this at all. That's interesting. Seems kind of weird that I wasn't seeing them on that at all. But yeah, you know, whatever. I guess that they make low frequency noise and not necessarily high frequency, but it's showing up right there. And it wasn't just a second ago. Whatever. It's a whale. It's a whale, Beaumont. A whale. I don't imagine we have a layer. Nope. That's all good. Middle of the day. High noon. High noon, middle of the day. Might as well... Let's see if we can't get some comms. See if anything is on this situation has come to light. We'll slow to 3.
Make turns for 3 knots.
Get this guy. No, not the antenna.
Lower the antenna.
Not that. This. Stream the antenna. Okay. But yeah, seems like we could have a slow rise to action, which is always good. Nice to be able to know what's going on before, you know, get tossed in the thick of it. Even though that's not always a luxury, it's nice to have it. Or it's not always a necessity. It's nice to have it when you can get it. Okay, we got our wire up.
Con, radio, new message traffic received.
Got ourselves some traffic. Let's see. Familygram for RM2 Angler L. Linda cleared out storage apartment. Landlord says rent by Monday or he'll evict. Mother. Okay. That's fun. Nice. It's a nice little touch. I think someone has overwritten my default con radio message because that kind of was just happening there. That is not the default radio message. Okay, just making sure we are the Pasadena. Routine familygram. I guess we could keep that bad boy out, but we don't need to necessarily. Just moving up here a little bit, moving on
Make
up.
turns for 8 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Moving on up, moving on up. Probably want to pay close attention to our sensors here. In case something hairy comes up. So I noticed, I think I mentioned this earlier, but I noticed in the RA no, I had recorded a different mission that wasn't going to work out. So in the RA weapons manual, they talk about time acceleration, and they say you shouldn't use 16 times because although the game allows for 16 times, something about the doctrine doesn't get queued properly at that speed. So if you go in your I&I folder and you search for like max time, a field called max time acceleration will come up, and you should set that to 8. So right now my max time acceleration is 8 times, and that may alleviate, you know, bugs I've been seeing on like the replay screen or anything of that nature. Should limit your time acceleration to 8 times speed. They said they it's towards the end of that manual. It's talking about how in subcommand the max was 8, and then for dangerous waters they upped it to 16, but apparently didn't up it all the way properly. They weren't taking into account the fact that the you know, the doctrine or the engine has to be queued more frequently as well. So that was an interesting little tidbit to find. Ooh, man, it is quiet out here. We're definitely gonna go inside this disputed zone then. Screw that, man. Definitely gonna go in there. These whales are having a whale of a time. Ho 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 ho. Okay. Come back down, please. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, we had another whiff of a faint track, but now it's gone. Let's see if we can't get a mark on it.
Sonar. I have a new contact. Bearing 174. Designated Sierra 1.
Very distant contact. It's popping in and out on the narrowband. That's how you know it's distant. That's how I just like caught myself as I was saying that. And that's how you know something is distant, or if there's like a diesel waiting for you to pounce. Waiting to pounce on your ass. Okay. No, it was looking intermittent before, but it's looking pretty solid now, actually. But we are getting very little info on what this may be. But it is coming from here in the fjord, the Kola Fjord, so definitely something of interest, and we will be examining that as we enter the disputed waters here very shortly. So let's go ahead and set our course for getting in here, getting in on this stuff. ETA to here's an hour and a half. Very well. This should be good. I always enjoy Bill Nichols stuff. It's always very well thought out, very well put together. And I expect nothing less from this mission here. Everyone kind of aspires to make a Bill Nichols mission when they make a mission. Excuse me. Okay, yes, there you go. There's your 50 hertz signal. Not seeing anything else on that front yet, and we are turning here. So, the way it was in the previous game, it was like 2 times, 4 times, 8 times, 16 times. Not the previous game, but how it is default. So we have 8 times, 4 times, 2 times, 1 times. Unless it's like changing that. I guess it wouldn't be you wouldn't have 1 times twice. This is obviously sped up by a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what that math would work out to be if you start out at that same scale. It's like, because this one has to be, you know, the 2 times setting here. Well, the previously known 2 times setting has to be a certain amount times the first setting, and then it has to be, this setting has to be a certain amount divided by the 8 times setting. So there's like 3 intervals in there where they're all divided or multiplied by a constant factor. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to see if I can't figure out that math, because that's who I am and it's bugging me. So I done figured it out. So what we're dealing with here is a power problem. So for the 16 times thing, you have 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. And those are 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1, 2 squared, 2 cubed, and 2 to the 4th. So you do the same kind of thing for the 8 times speed here. So you do x to the 4th equals 8, because the last thing for 16 times speed was a 2 to the 4 equals 16. So x to the 4 equals 8. So you take the 4th root of 8, which ends up being 1.68. So right now we're doing 1 times speed, 1.68 times speed, 2.83 times speed, 4.76 times speed, and then 8 times speed. So
sonar. I have a
they're not nice numbers. Ooh, pings.
2, 1, 0. Designated Sierra.
And that's
2.
coming from like, where's that coming? It looks like some guy just rounded the horn and is now lighting off pings coming from Zapadnaya Litsa or Matovsky Zaliv. Interesting. What do we got on our friend that we've been tracking here? What's his course? 173. Or course, not his course, his bearing. Okay, got him on 174. Ever so faint. Ever so faint. That is a distant contact. Distant contact there. If we assume a speed of 5, well, 5 may not be the right one. Because at speed of 5, it's saying, you know, like about there. It'd probably be louder if that was that. 10 knots further away. Well, it makes more sense. Faster speed further away or slower speed closer in? That is the question. Could be even something potentially even further, kind of coming, you know, right out of the fjord at 15 knots. Something like that. That looks pretty nice and neat coming out of the fjord, making for some kind of open ocean here. Who knows, dude? That is a possibility. Let's look alive here and keep looking at our other sensors. Man, I'm surprised I saw that contact. That was something faint. Ooh, we got something else here. Mark that.
Sonar. I have a new contact.
Ooh, right on
Bearing
top of the active dude.
210. Designated Sierra 3.
That's a good one. Had to get me some water, as you could probably tell. I am a throat clearer. Lots of throat clearing. And it always seems to happen after I eat. Or when I need to drink some water or something like that. Okay, so we got 2 contacts, one of which... These appear to be one and the same. And that is a valid assumption right now. But as we get closer, that assumption may not pass the test of time. Just because they're coming from the same bearing doesn't mean they're the same thing. Okay. But we are moving in. Water is decently deep in these parts. Might be worth it to go a little bit lower, so we can try and avoid some mad contacts here.
600 feet. Dive I.
I was expecting us to dive a little faster. Realized I didn't have time acceleration on. So right now we are moving at 2.83 times speed, so almost 3 times speed. So nothing crazy. This is actually, it gives you a little finer adjustment on your time acceleration down at these speeds. And by down at these speeds, I mean, you know, with 8 times as a maximum speed here. Okay. Yeah, we are down here. We're safe from mad right now, which is always good. Don't want to give some guy a lucky mad overpass. Ooh, our friend is getting stronger in signal strength. Let's do all ahead 1/3 here.
1/3. Helm I.
Let's actually come up to like 5.2. Let's do 541 feet.
Make my depth 541 feet.
We'll stay a little bit away from the bottom. Don't want to promote toad dragging here, but we'll stay underneath the mad depth. Seems to be too weak still for any kind of second frequency on it yet. But yeah, we're gonna slow down to 5 at this point. Stuff is coming our way. Ooh man, this guy is pinging a lot. How long have we had this guy? Only for 6 minutes? Wow, he's pinging a lot, dude. A lot. For 6 minutes? How many pings are there here, man? There's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28 pings. So he's pinging about 4 times a minute. 4 or 5 times a minute. Interval 8, yeah, look at that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There seems to be like some like blind spots in it too. Not blind spots, but like where Where's my ruler? Here it is. Ooh. Bada-boo. He has a course change in here, or a speed change, or something. No, he's far off, dude. He's gonna be far off. He's gonna be at least twice this. Oh, well, I'm hearing it. I mean, it's possible something just kind of started, way the hell out of Pearl, but the fact that it just started all of a sudden here makes me think it did just come out around that horn. I'm hearing it. Oh, we have a frequency sheet. What is that? Oh, Jesus. Sorry for that. Sorry about that. Checking out my frequency sheet here. 7,500. So what do we got? At 7,500, we have Petya 2, that's Vietnam. Minerva, that's Italy. And this is all a bunch of Parries. And then Sweden Visby. I don't think there'd be a Swede up here. This isn't an all-inclusive list in this RA frequency sheet of frequencies, but I expect to see something. 7,500. It's not coming up. What about this Petya? Oh, sorry about that. For some reason it does that when I'm coming in from something else. Petya? Classify contact. P. Oh, there is a Petya, Russia, so, okay. Ah, okay, one of these things. Gotcha. We're going to say confidence high. And then, unknown. So here you go. There you go. What was this called in the other game? It was called like a... Petya might be the Russian name for it, not the NATO reporting name. We used to call it like a Krivac-3, didn't we, or something? Krivac? Something like that. It's a patrol boat, but yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why it wasn't showing up in the, Jesus, sorry about that. Always does that when you're kind of switching stuff. Find next. For some reason it doesn't even show up in the frequency sheet. Only the Vietnamese one does. Okay. Very well. Oh, very well. Ever so patient, looking for contact. This one's a hard one to see. What's the bearing on our friend over here? 21210. He's pinging like a madman. He's going crazy on them pings there, boy. And tell you what now. I could see him making a tear for 15 knots right now. Trying to get some names, kick some ass. Those pings they're getting they're getting in there. They're coming. They're coming on up. Moving on up. Moving on up. I'm not having any really sharp course changes anytime soon. How's Sierra 1 looking? Let's do the old 20-minute for the Sierra 1. Got weird data in there, but that's probably from a depth change or something. Yeah, I mean, still working as a solution. Don't forget to get your history up on there. But we will come back to that. Alright. I'm going to stop here. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys next time. Have a good one. And as always, good hunting.